I'm just curious to know on there has been some abuses with TIFs, especially in Aberdeen, and some are saying Cabela's, and I know Cabela's, as you guys have mentioned, is not in District 35, but are any of you wanting to address that if you go to Pier, address the problem with TIFs?
I would love to speak on TIFs. I won't elaborate in real great detail. However, I think we do need some statewide enactment of laws that will restrict local districts, local municipalities, and their free flowing of offering TIFs to private developers that are taking taxpayers' money and not twofold giving it back to the taxpayers. Yes, over a period of 10 years, and South Dakota here around the city has been snuffed by the one transaction with the Spiegel purchase. And with that in mind, if we're going to allow TIFs, Sioux Falls allows TIFs, but nowhere near what Rapid City does. And if we're going to allow TIFs, I think that needs to be brought back to the benefit of the locality, which one initiative I would like to propose is if our TIFs are going to be allowed, that the employees that are hired under those TIFs that are granted to those developers or those corporations or entities or whoever it is, that they will be hiring those employees with a self-sufficiency wage, which is standard and comparable to state employees, and also the benefits that are accrued there. And that's just like corporations that come in here and they get tax breaks or what have you. If they're getting those tax breaks and it's not coming back to build and improve the community, that's so-called economic development. Economic development is improving the community for all, not just corporations. So if they're going to do that, then they need to pay decent wages so that the people in South Dakota can promote the economy and they can be self-sufficient.
That is an excellent question as well. When I was fortunate to serve the citizens on the Pennington County Commission, I was on board when they approved the very first TIF in Pennington County. We were sitting exactly right where that first TIF was approved, this development. I think that there are some extremely good things that do happen with, I'm going to say, the majority of TIFs. And I think right here where we're sitting is a prime example of the good that did happen. But in state statute, I think where we really need to concentrate and more define what a TIF is the terminology of a blighted area. That certainly has been very liberally construed. This TIF, I believe it was in '98, somewhere in there, and this was a cow pasture back then. And you can see the vast amount of real estate taxes that have been provided since then. Certainly the construction jobs, the affordable housing, and a fantastic school, of which the school district certainly did not participate in that. But the other avenue of narrowly defining TIFs was certainly this instant is it did not take long for the city of Rapid City to annex this particular area. The county will take some time to recoup an awful lot of those property tax values, but I can assure you right now they're a heck of a lot more than when they were years ago when it was just a cow pasture. The second TIF that I was involved in when I was on the commission was right on Twilight Drive and Highway 44, and in my interpretation, was a blighted area. It was a lowland, it was a drainage area, and there's a substantial complex in there right now that several small businesses have been in there. But specifically backtracking to the Cabela's TIF question, there was an awful lot of variables in there, and I think that it would be important for the citizens and the voters to hold the city officials accountable for their decisions on that. I mean, who knows if Cabela's would have came if that portion wasn't in there. But in all fairness, what did we do with development years ago before this miraculous creation of the TIFs? Business was still coming, and one factual point of Rapid City is the fact that TIF capital of South Dakota.
I think there's more that we're not sure to say about the TIFs, and I don't know that we don't need economic I would take that perspective on more so than the actual development, because I think that the actual TIFs, at least in our neck of the woods, have done some really great things. So I wouldn't want to be negative about the great things that they've done. I do think that we need to take a closer look at our standards and those things that, and services that don't benefit people.